The US Secretary of State also made a surprise visit to the West Bank to meet the Palestinian Authority president, telling him they play a key role in the future of Gaza. Mark Stone has more from Jerusalem.
He's not getting anywhere, and I think that is worrying, and it must be deeply frustrating for the Americans. I mean, his ambition would have been to be able to go to Ramallah, to go to the West Bank, and to meet the Palestinian president, and to be able to tell him that he had managed to secure not a ceasefire, because Blinken does not believe that is the right thing, but a humanitarian pause. Now, he wasn't able to do that. It is quite clear that American influence does not stretch far enough to be able to persuade the Israelis to pause their operations in Gaza. The Americans have now been calling for a week, maybe more, through various different channels, including the United Nations, for a humanitarian pause to allow for aid to get in and for civilians to get out. But the Israelis, their close ally, are not listening to them. And I think that is will give everyone pause for thought. I thought the body language between Mahmoud Abbas and Antony Blinken was really not great. But the fact that they met, that is positive. I mean, it means they're talking, they are meeting. This Ramallah trip was not on the cards late yesterday. Only in the very early hours of this morning did we discover that he would indeed go to Ramallah. So that much, I suppose, is good news. And yes, as you mentioned, the Palestinians, the West Bank Palestinians, the Palestinian Authority, much more moderate, not aligned to Hamas, they do play a significant role, could play a significant role in the future of Gaza. But as the Palestinian Prime Minister has said a few times, he is not going to, as he puts it, ride on the back of an Israeli tank into Gaza. The only way that the PA, the Palestinian Authority, could play a role in the governance of Gaza, if Hamas was to be removed, is if, as they would see it in Ramallah, the bigger problem is dealt with, and that is occupation. That is Israeli occupation of the West Bank. You have to deal with the underlying problem before you're going to be able to get the moderate Palestinians in the West Bank on side. So an awfully long way to go, and that key front and centre issue of a humanitarian pause. Well, after 2 days in Israel and now in the West Bank, Antony Blinken has not secured it.